Hey y'all, hope y'all doing all right. Y'all come on in this live because we're gonna do some healing tonight. This is all about Black women. We're gonna be celebrating Black women, and this is the night where where we're gonna celebrate Black women because there's too much getting going on where Black women have been getting just disrespected, and it's disgusting. And I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of the fact that Black women always have to step up to the forefront and be the strong one, to be the protector. And it's just not fair. It's just not right. In these past couple of months and just the recent events, Black women have been just getting treated just poorly. So y'all come on in. Come on in.
You just want to do skip this circuit.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's doing okay this evening. Let me see who's all in here. Let me go see. Let me see who's all in here today. Ooh, oh my goodness, my Let me fix my septum, honey. Lord have mercy. Hold on, let me fix it right quick. Let me fix it. Ooh. I fixed it. Let me see who is on in here. Let me say hello to everybody. What's up, Animator, Mater, Jasmine, Michaela, Navika, MJ, Alana, Dante, Renee, Jada, Usagi, Claire, Miko, Walk 'em Like a Dog, Traquan, Maria, Michelle, Fabulous Peach, hey girl, Kayla, Jacob, EA girl, Nolly Coleman, hey. So I made this this live tonight. What's up, Blink Once? I made this live tonight because the past recent events, I have noticed that Black women have been getting treated very poorly. We've already have been getting treated poorly, but for the fact as lately, it's been getting worse and worse. This is really sad. It's sad that the fact that Black women, what's up, Gigi, that Black women aren't protected the way they should. Like I said, we're always on the front line for Black men. But every time something happens to us, either we deserved it or we didn't have an attitude, this wouldn't happen. What's up, Kawaii Noodles? I get sick and tired of it. The incident that happened to Megan Thee Stallion was sad. Allegedly, like I said, allegedly, I guess she curved this dude, and allegedly he took it upon himself to do that to her, which is messed up. This toxic masculinity type thing is gross. Mothers, before you go ahead and kick your daughters out for being fast, talk to your sons first. Have a meeting with them. Talk to them. Get inside their head. What's up, Stina? And it's sad. And she was right. It seems like Black women, we're the most unprotected person in the planet. And it's a shame that the way we're treated. And people treat Megan so bad because of her stature. Like, she's a stallion. Look at her. She's stacked. It's natural. Men, they want to laugh at her and then be like, oh, look at her watching cartoons. What's wrong with a woman being a weeb? What's wrong with that? Her liking anime. Y'all want to laugh at her, but somebody that looks like Saweetie or Janae Aiko, y'all be like, hey. Colorism also too. You just hate dark-skinned women. You so scared to be with a dark-skinned woman because you don't want your baby looking dark-skinned. You're sick. 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 And yes. 50 Cent. 50 Cent and Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne ain't got no reason to talk about nobody when he looks like something that's been pulled out of someone else's drain. You have the nerve to sit up here and talk about dark-skinned women, but y'all only date exotic women. This is the reason why 50 Cent walks around with a bulletproof vest, because of his mouth. Right, Nolly. See, back in the day, Black men took care of their own. Whatever happened, I don't know, some Hotepish shit just got in the way. And here we are. A whole roach. What's up, Ernestine? A whole roach. For them to sit up here on a podcast and say the things that they said was absolutely disgusting. First of all, y'all are two of the most unattractive men on the planet. Okay? What's up, Hannah? One looks like an athlete's foot, and the other looks like a boil. You want to talk about, oh, I date exotic women. 50 Cent, you can hardly talk in a full sentence without going, my name is Curtis Jackson. What is this? And Lil Wayne is so strung out on lean every time he talks. How does that work? How? What's up, Benny? That's right. That's right. 50 Cent can't even come to his son and talk to him why his son is dark skinned. He has to have light skinned children. Sad, isn't it? This is sad. There's been a lot of Black women that have been getting killed by Black men lately. And it's sad. This toxic, frail masculinity is absolutely gross, and I'm tired of it. I'll drop the link for all the Black women out here, and I want y'all to know. I want y'all to know that you are beautiful. Black women, you are beautiful. Y'all are beautiful. Kanye West was doing the exact same thing in this rally. And shame on some of y'all black people for going to that damn rally and entertaining his mess. Y'all went over there and entertained that mess. He is crying out for help. He needs help. And it was just embarrassing seeing him look like that. He stood up here and the whole time he had cursed this black girl out. But when a white girl said the same thing the black girl said, he just gave her a hug. You see how this works? These people out here are dangerous. They got too much money to be going out here doing stuff like this. They're just dangerous. Just dangerous. I dedicate this live to all of the black women out here that are doing their thing, that are fighting, that are out here just making a way, that are using their voice, that are standing up. And I invite the black women up here just to be, you know, basically I invite you black women up here to be like, you know what? This is my thing. I'm doing my thing. I'm out here and screw you. You know? I honestly, I just, and then Benny made an excellent point about generational curses. Black women, we're out here, we're breaking generational curses. We're out here, you know what I'm saying, breaking the cycle. We're out here moving forward. We're out here, we're doing our thing. And then when these dudes do stuff like this, it's traumatizing. It's traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? Black women, we deserve to feel loved. We deserve to feel beautiful. You feel me? Let me get everybody on in here. Let me get y'all in here. Hold on. There we go.
Hello.
All right. Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Corey X Kenshin's bonnet. Hey. Hey there. How y'all doing? I just want to tell y'all are beautiful black women and that y'all, I love y'all. I'm just tired of the BS. I'm tired of it. Like it brought me down because it just hurts just to see black women. We're out here busting our butts, doing our thing, but it always comes back that we're being disrespectful. We have an attitude. We have a smart mouth. We deserve it. Like, who deserve it? These dudes out, these Negroes out here saying that Megan Thee Stallion deserves to get out of her foot. No one deserves to get out of her foot. What's up, Essence?
And they're also saying like Megan is too friendly. I'm like, either we angry or we too friendly. Which one?
Which one? Which one?
It's like y'all hated Nikki because she was always like by herself and not friendly, and now you hate Megan because she's too friendly, and that led to her getting shot in her foot. Like what?
Right. What's up, Alex? What's up, Apollo? And like this, all this girl wants to do is, you know, twerk, you know, listen to her, look at her anime and drink her Hennessy. She's not doing nothing to nobody. She's going to school, you know, she misses her mom, misses her grandma, because, you know, her mom passed away and stuff, and that still hurt her. And she's just out here living her life, and she's very nice. And then the fact that this girl, you know, got injured and people are laughing at it, it disgusts me on every end. It laughing at me. Corey X Kenshin's bonnet. Hey. Let me see who's on the panel. Say AE's on the panel. Lavisa, Usagi, Jada, Benny, Khadijah. See, Caribbean guy. You keep changing your damn name, girl. It brought me down. Yes.
Oh my God.
Black women, we're out here busting our butts, doing our thing.
If somebody have their YouTube open,
because it's echoing. Okay. Y'all go ahead. Talk. This is celebrating.
Pineapples.
Yeah, go ahead.
So can I rant a little bit?
Sure
Go
can.
off.
Sure, you can.
Okay, so first things first, I really just cannot stand the hypocrisy of black men because when Megan was saying that we are least protected, I saw a comment of a black man like, "Oh, what are we supposed to do? Teleport there?" But when they get shot, we're supposed to teleport for them. So it's just like we always gotta be the work mule for them. We always gotta comfort them. Like when Kanye was crying, I heard a black woman in the audience like, "Kanye, we love you." Like what? And then, black men, they can foam at the mouth and yell and all this type of stuff and still get, a bunch of comfort and support. But when a black woman is upset, oh, who hurt you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And someone also said, like, when he was talking about Harriet Tubman, like, this is the thing she gets. And someone also says, like, let's a black woman talk bad about Malcolm X or Martin Luther King and what they've done. They would drag her into the grave.
It'll be World War III.
I know it's like, oh, y'all don't ever want to bring up like Martin Luther King was out here cheating on his wife. It's like, oh no, that's not a part of it. Nitpick and bash all of black women activists. You can always find something wrong with us, but
Like,
your
people
icons
take
are
the time-
untouchable.
People take the time to dig, like just to dig in like black women's past, and they're calling us a whore and all this stuff. And I'm just like, but when you out here doing the same thing, it's just always comes back to us, and it's just it's exhausting,
Like that-
y'all.
It's like we can never do anything right. It's like everything we do, something's wrong. Either like I don't know if Nuna or Benny said it, but it's like if you go out and enjoy yourself and you want to sleep, around with guys, because dudes do the same thing. It's like you a hoe. If you want to go out and party and have fun, then it's like you that basic black girl who just wants to have fun and go to the clubs every day. Then you get called a hood rat and then ratchet and all that other stuff. It's like you can never do anything right. You can't even breathe without somebody trying to put a stereotype on you.
Right.
Pineapples.
Hold on, sorry, y'all. If anybody wants to talk, we still using the word pineapple, so go ahead and do that.
Yeah, pineapple. So I also wanted to say, like, no matter what we do, literally, there's always a black man who says, "Oh, stop wearing weave," even when we are natural, and it's so stupid. Like, what does it matter? So we deserve to be beaten up because we didn't wear our natural hair, and then when we do, we're nappy-headed hoes. So I don't understand.
Pineapple, that's true, because it's like when you wear your natural hair, but the thing is like black men look for that. Like y'all say, don't wear weaves, don't wear the eyelashes, don't wear all the makeup, but then 99.9% of the time, those are the bitches that y'all be with. So it's like, what do you like say, you can never do nothing right. You can't breathe right, you can't look right, you everything you do is not right. It's like, okay, what do you want me to do?
Pineapples. And it's like you don't even want to. It's like you can't really lean too deep into the men. It's just like, oh, we're your natural, embrace yourself, black queen, because you might end up with a hotep with his massage noir who wants to oppress you in a different type of way. He wants to have you in the kitchen, having all his babies silent by his side as just his black woman ornament.
Pineapples. Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so every time, like when you go out to like these grocery stores or go out to these like this, there was this certain situation. There was like this guy that used to work at Six Flags, and there was someone that told him that he can't wear that he was not allowed to wear his locks because of you know he can't work at Six Flags because of his locks. And like, that's the thing. Like, we can't even go out here wearing braids and locks and, like bantu knots and cornrows without people stealing it from us.
It's messed up. Pineapple.
I'm sorry.
And there's a lot of, and you notice there's a lot of fat phobia in the black community with black men. Turn around and you will sit up here and you will dog out a fat black woman. But I see a lot of these black men dating big ass white women. And I'm just like, how does that work? Tell me, make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Whiteness is the ultimate beauty thing. It don't matter how big she is, how sloppy she is, how ugly she is. She's white. She's not us, so she's better.
So what I wanted to add to that is that it's so, once again, being hypocritical, because you don't want her to be quote unquote overweight, but yet so many girls are pressured into being thick, into being curvy. So it's just like, what do you want?
Right. Pineapples. See, they want the thick and the curvy, but they don't want the stomach unless it's a white woman. That's the thing. Like when dudes be like, oh, I like big girls, they normally talking about girls that look like Meg, but with a little bit of tummy. Like they're not talking about big girls. Unless it's white women, then they're the exception. Then it's like, okay, they can have all the stomach they want, you know, and it'll be okay. Or just non-black, Mexican, whatever. Like as long as it's a non-black fat woman, dark-skinned fat woman, then it's fine.
Pineapple. But you know what's funny? The same dudes that sitting up here talking about black women. Why don't you go and look at what your mama look like? Would you tell that to your mama?
Ain't that the truth?
Would you go and tell your mama that? I bet they can't tell their mama that. They wouldn't be able to tell their mama that at all.
Pineapples.
Go ahead.
So not only does fat phobia exist in public, but fat phobia also exists like within family members.
Yes, it sure do.
Pineapple.
Go ahead.
I want to say something about, okay, if a black woman starts dating out of the race, ain't the guys gonna be mad about it because you dating another race instead not on your own race?
Then you a bad wench, then you a betrayer, then you all this, then you don't love yourself, and all this other stuff. It's like that. Y'all remember that model who married the dude who's with the dude from Mighty Ducks, and she did Queen of Slim, and everybody like flooded her comments calling her a bad wench, saying that she should be ashamed of herself, that she don't love herself, and she's like, all I'm doing is being with this dude and enjoying myself. But now I have to comment on black men wanting to bash me for no reason.
They did the same thing to Serena. They did the same thing to Eve. Like what like why? Like
it's fear. It's like you are terrified of black women saying, you know what? We done with you and leaving you in your dust. Because who's the one that takes care of you? Who's the one that's always starting a revolution? Who's always lifting you up? It's us. And if we leave you, you're gonna be high and dry. Nothing.
Pineapple. I guess I'll go ahead. So to add to what Benny said, like they don't know they'll self-destruct without us, because they go on to Becky and Maria and Ling Ling, but once they get shot up by the police, who's the ones that's marching? Us. Their significant others ain't the ones out there. They're the ones who racking up those GoFundMes and spending on themselves. So they know without us that they're nothing. And also what I want to say is that I don't feel sad about Nick Cannon getting fired, because wasn't he the same man who's saying that once you make it, you gotta get a white woman? So I don't feel sorry for him.
Woo! I remember that. I remember that. And all the women he been with, they're a little bit lighter in the shade.
Listen, I am all about, like, all of this has just let me like reaffirm my structure. Like I am anti-racism, I'm anti-misogyny, and when I think of the future for black people that I want to see, it does not include these raggedy niggas. It does not include them.
Right.
And I'm prepared to leave them behind. You can go too. I want this whole structure to be rebuilt, including y'all. Y'all can go. I'm not about to get on no comments talking to Terry Crews or Lil Wayne or 50 Cent, because what do you bring to my life? What benefit are you to our people? You're not. So you can stay over there.
Right. And
I
pineapples,
want high five you, Benny.
and I want to add to that. With that, I was fortunate and blessed enough to find a black man that, that's good to me, because his mama taught him.
He got a brother?
Yeah, they from the because his mom don't play that at all. So, you know what I'm saying? But I want to add to that, oh my God, there's the homophobia with it. I get disgusted that there's so many black men that'll be like Black Lives Matter, but won't be like, well, they're gay. That no. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. And the fact that you will sit up here and say to yourself, oh, if my child ever tell me that they're gay, I'm disowning them. These children did not ask to be born. They didn't ask to be here. Children only require to be loved and to be cared for. And if you sit up here and have to hesitate to whether or not you want to love your child because they're gay or not, baby, you shouldn't procreate at all.
Ain't that the truth?
Because whatever my daughter or son decide, whatever they want to be, guess what? You got me. You got me. You got me. There are so many homeless black teens here in Atlanta, gay teens, because their parents are so ashamed because they're afraid of what the church say. Or men are just like, well, I didn't hit him hard in the chest enough. I can't stand it. That hurts me. And y'all know I'm an advocate. So seeing these types of things really get under my skin. What did this child do? This child came to you and told you, I'm coming out. This is it. And then you do this to them. Come on now. And it's just so we got to get it together. Go ahead.
We have to be the ones to break that. Like I love that you're well, I don't know if that was ever a cycle in your family, but
Oh no.
Yeah, the fact that you give your kids that open space to talk and that comfort is really good. But to anybody that has had homophobia and stuff in their family, you have to break that cycle. It starts with you. It's not just gonna happen on its own. You have to make that stand and be like, okay, we're not gonna do this. And I never understood homophobia, like racism. I mean, I understand it, but I don't understand it. And if my child ever came to me and told me that they were gay or whatever they choose to be, that would make me want to be there for them more. Because just like how Nuna said, it's so many homeless gay teens and so many homeless trans teens. And it's like that alone, and just seeing how they are treated in the public, that alone would just make me want to be there for my child. Because I know they're going to suffer from the outside world. So let me bring that comfort to them at home so they can come back to a safe space. Exactly. I just never understood it. But if you come from a homophobic family, please break that cycle.
Right.
It stems for I'm sorry. You can go.
Oh, so yeah, and even about the homophobic thing, it's like I notice it's more with black men in general, but mostly black men. They go like, "Oh yeah, I'm okay with gay people as long as they don't hit on me." As I don't understand that. How can you think like, first of all, if all girls don't like you, why will all gay dudes like you? I never understood that. Why they would think that like someone just don't catch feelings for you just because you a dude. Like just because like that's not how it works. Like and I think they have it in their mind that it's a sickness. I think that's what they honestly think. That's something that's wrong with people who are gay. Like how can someone think that?
This
like
is
I
taught
just don't
behavior.
understand the mindset.
This is taught behavior. This is taught. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's just I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, but I was just thinking I'm thinking about Kanye and like all these would-be black revolutionaries. It's like you want to build Wakanda, but when I see Wakanda, who was responsible for all the technology? A black woman. Who was his soldiers who fought harder than these men? A black woman. So what Wakanda do you think you see that you are hell-bent on silencing and controlling black women? It's like these revolutionaries who they quote so much would hate them, would be disgusted with them. Malcolm X famously said the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. Huey P. Newton, the leader of the Black Panthers, made women the spokesperson, did organizations that benefited Black women. And it's like, who do you think you are? What history books are you reading?
Exactly. And pineapples. And like I said in that video today, even our own ancestral family, ancestral Black women are getting disrespected. The fact that Harriet Tubman got disrespected, that made me so mad. For the fact that this man sat up here and say Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves, he gave them to a white guy to free them. I'm like, what man? You know, you can't say those things. You can't, because Harriet Tubman would have not spared any bullets on this man. Like,
I know, and it's like, what? It's like, I don't like, you say things with context. She freed them and went to work with white people. What white people? Are you talking about the famous abolitionists who also put their life on the line by helping with building underground railroads were in white people's houses, by giving them jobs, helping them set up their names, and helping them build schools? So what are you talking about? Like, what do you want Harriet Tubman to do? Just go around shooting white people in the head?
Pineapples. I think Kanye West just uses selective Black history. Like, he'll take pieces that he wants to put, and he'll forget the other one. Like, he won't say that the Africans were actually tricked, because the Africans had indentured servants, which everyone else had. Egypt had, like, everyone. It was just an everywhere thing. And then the white people tricked them because they thought that they too were going to be paid as indentured, because that's what indentured servant is. But then they were tricked and bought over here. It wasn't as simply as, oh, we're giving out slaves to the white men, and then that's actual truth, instead of the white nonsense that they teach in schools about. Yeah, they had slaves too. No, they were indentured servants. They were paid for their services, though. They were paid, and that's the part they don't want to believe.
I just find that to be the sickest irony. I'm like, every race has their bad apples. Like you, for example, Kanye, you a fool. You would be one of the people selling their people to slave, like you doing right now.
Right.
So yeah, so to get back to, the whole Wakanda thing, I said it many times before, like, we like the idea of a Wakanda, but we won't work for it. It's too much work. And also our ancestors, it kind of makes me upset that our ancestors really had little to no resources, and we have all these resources and we still can't get our act together.
Right. Pineapples. And I agree. It's like, we're going to collectively do this. We're going to have to work together. We're going to have to stop being so homophobic, transphobic. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to start treating women better. We're going to start treating our children better. Generational curses. We can't sit up here and start treating our kids like shit, traumatizing our kids so the cycle can continue to keep going. Like, we got to break the cycle on this stuff. We've got to do better. Like we all need therapy, man. We all need it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It helps. We have to take steps, and for ordering us to become a unit, we've got to work on it together. I agree. It's work to be done. It's a lot of decolonization. We have to decolonize our mind, a lot of rewiring. It's a lot of stuff to do, man. It's some work. We have to put in work.
I feel like people really, truly don't understand or don't take into consideration when people say the whole system is built against us, what that means. The whole structure, the whole government system of America is built on racism. It's built on totem pole mentality that somebody has to be on the bottom. We cannot talk about putting people in these positions without talking about redoing the whole structure. So it's like, it don't matter if we just have a black man or a black woman. Like, for example, Georgia, like rest in peace, John Lewis. But I am terrified because the person coming right under him, Angela Stratton or whatever her name, is this psychotic black woman Republican who is trash. Don't look her up. And
I know exactly who you are talking about.
And I'm like, I hope to God people are educated enough to not see, oh, black woman, I'm going to click her. No. Like
Right.
She's
it's
just
not
as
just.
bad. She's just as bad as Candace Owen, guys. She's just as bad.
It's like all skin folk ain't kin folk.
I was just about to say that.
You right about that. You right about that.
Yep.
You right
I'm
about
like,
that.
this is a woman who is. I'm like, however you want to feel. I don't know how I'm pro-choice, but this is a woman who is hell-bent on the government taking control of women's bodies, who's against birth control, who's against immigrants. And I'm just like, please, Lord, I hope they are like working to be like, John is gone, rest in peace, but we got to do some work. We got to put somebody in this seat.
We do. We had it was all together this weekend. It was John Lewis that passed and CT Vivian. He was marching on the front lines too, and he passed. He was 90. That hurt my heart, and I will always respect John Lewis. That brother right there did some things, y'all.
He was history, literal walking history.
Yes. He always had this saying, I always made getting arrested look cool. He did. He was a cool dude, y'all. He was a cool. My grandparents met him, my uncles met him, my mom met him. He was one of the nicest men.
And I'm like, I'm really, this month, I've been terrified. I'm like, Ruth Bader Ginsburg got cancer, I'm like, yo, our people are leaving us. They too old. They need us to pick up the totem, and ain't nobody around. Ain't nobody here. I don't want none of you fools to do anything but sit down and shut up. Or give a black woman a mic. Hashtag give a black woman a mic, except Angela.
Please keep Auntie Maxine here. Please keep her here.
Pineapples.
Can't lose her. Go ahead.
Oh, the irony with what I found really funny, and the irony of Kanye West and his white followers who buy his Yeezys and his merch and everything like that, is Kanye West stands on stage and he'll preach about a Wakanda. Do white people not realize that a Wakanda doesn't include white people? Do they not realize when they cheer for him to say that though? And that's a perfect example of you'll follow anyone blindly. Like they'll follow anything he says.
Or do they not realize that there's more Killmongers in this world than T'Challa's?
And stop buying them ugly ass shoes.
Really?
Exactly. Those shoes is ugly as hell. Expensive for no reason.
Also, can we pineapples?
Spending a down payment on a house or a car on them ugly ass shoes? I would never.
Pineapples. Can we talk
than his shoes.
About I'm trying to put this delicately. Mental health is a serious issue. But I am sick and tired of people being like, excuse Kanye, he's manic, he has a mental disorder. No, this man has all the money in the world to go get help.
Okay.
And he chooses not to do it. Us holding his hand ain't gonna do nothing. Sometimes it takes shame, and sometimes it takes these people hitting the bottom of the bottom to reach out their hand for help. No, I'm not gonna kumbaya for him. He got that good lithium. He got that good money.
That's the whole word.
So if I can add to that, people are also selective about that too, because I know we don't like bringing her up, but Azalea Banks also is mentally ill and also a Gemini, but we put her in the trash bin for less. So I don't want to hear about, it's him and that's how he is and all that type of stuff. That's his excuse.
Right, Pineapple. See, that man is a billionaire. He has money. His wife is a billionaire. Get him some help. And like I said, his family don't give a damn about him. They're literally, they put him out there on purpose. If y'all have sat up here and stole all this stuff from black people, you let this man go out here and embarrass some stuff. Yeah, I ain't heard a peep from him.
That's their cash. Like, go. He got an album coming out.
I'm just like, y'all not gonna say anything on behalf of your husband? Ain't said shit. I'm gonna pray for his kids.
Kylie probably got a palette coming out or something.
He got an album coming out soon, supposedly.
I'm scared though, like with Kanye going around and saying the things that he's saying, especially what to even go as far as like what he said about slavery, how it was a choice, and then to go ahead and say what he said about Harriet Tubman. It's like he has this very like cultist mindset. Like, I don't even know if y'all ever seen his churches that he gives on Sunday.
Yes.
They look very cultish and very scary. And I don't know how I feel about this man going around telling all this shit to people, because some people will take this in and be like, oh, it's Kanye. We gotta, he's speaking truth. Or they might look at him like he's some type of revolutionary, but like that's not the case. Like he needs help, and he's needed help for a long time since his mom has died. So it's like,
hey Michelle, hey Janelle.
Pineapples. Can we we talking about, y'all care so much about mental health? Can we talk about, like, I see him in the chat, Tamar Braxton?
Yes.
Who tried to kill? If you care about, y'all ain't talking about her, but instead you want me to save this crazy Negro with holes in his t-shirt and ugly shoes? No.
Well, because she's a black woman, she's not gonna get the help from people that she needs. Just like how
people are already laughing at her already. I'm like, do you understand that this woman is going through some stuff? She has a child.
Mm-hmm.
She's going through some stuff. You can look at a person, you don't know what they're going through. You can see a person walking down the street with a big old smile, and they're fighting demons that you don't even know. There's a lot of people in this world that got demons inside them that you can't see, but you can't laugh at stuff like this. This is serious. And today, I think Traquan's going to do a live later on after this. This is the 3-year anniversary of Chester Benningfield's death. If you don't know him, he's the lead singer of Linkin Park. He, y'all, woo! I can't talk about that because that right there kind of hurt a lot.
And the actor in Japan who just killed himself, or Tokyo, I think he was Japanese.
Yeah, he was only 30. He was only 30.
It's like there is a conversation that to be had about mental health in the Black community, but it's not about Kanye. We can't have that conversation about Kanye because this is a man who, there's a lot of people in the African American community who don't know that they have mental health issues, who don't have a plan to follow through and help prevent that or, hold it steady. This is a man who does. This is a man who has the money, who knows his illness, who knows what he needs to be doing, but doesn't want to do it. This is a narcissist.
Well, you have to understand, look who the fuck who he's with. Look at his family. Look at that. That's one part of the problem. That family. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you see him acting like a fool. He got kids. Why aren't you helping him?
Pineapple. So to add to that is it's sad, but it's people like Kanye is the reason why mental health is not taken seriously in the Black, community. It's either, like we were talking before, you need to suck it up, or it's a joke because he's always making a fool of himself. And Kanye brought that on himself with the Kardashians because wasn't she married to Chris, the basketball player, and he butted in and took her away? So he brought that on himself. So he can't really feel sad about that.
I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. I just feel bad for them kids.
Pineapple.
Okay.
I'm just tired, the Kyle Jenners, whatever, need to stop dating Black folks, basically. Cause I'm praying for Travis Scott, Tristan Thompson.
Man, fuck Tristan Thompson. He deserves everything he gets. Tristan Thompson deserves everything he gets. He's a trash box. Fuck Tristan Thompson.
I don't care. I really don't care about him.
The way that whole family bullied that one Black girl. No.
Team Jordan Woods.
I didn't like that. I ain't like that.
You know what? With the baby daddy.
They gave up on that girl.
Pineapples.
The only thing I say about Jordan Woods, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just said pineapple so we can remember to say pineapples. I'm sorry.
The only thing I'm mad about at with Jordan Woods is how she allowed that girl to do so much for so long and never say anything. And then it's like, look who came to her aid. Black women. It wasn't the Kylie Jenner, it was black women that came to her aid. That's the only thing that I get mad at her with, and that's the only thing I kind of sort of wish, like when she had that red table talk with Jada, I kind of wish she would have apologized for that, because you know a lot of black women were well, still are, but you know, like really angry with Kylie and Kendall and all of them when she was friends with them. And instead of her like explaining to her friends like, hey, you know, this is why they're angry, speak on behalf of black women since you're close with them, she never did that because they continue to do the same thing. So that's the only thing with Jordan, is like I was kind of hesitant to be by her side, but then I had to realize, you know, even though she didn't stick up for us, you know, she's still a black woman and she still deserves that support.
Right.
I think she's doing a little bit of that now. I'm sorry, Pineapple. I think she's doing that a little bit now. Like she's very like kind of vocal and she's to herself, and she's like, I think that was a learning experience for her. I think that she was like, oh no, this is not what I need to do. Let me go ahead and go back to my people. She's like, I lost my mind over there in Calabasas. Let me come back over here, sit down, sell these bundles and these lashes, and be with peace.
But I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, but I think the selective, a lot of what black celebrities in general, too, men and female, like I think Jordan Woods pulled the whatchamacallit, who was ASAP Rocky. Remember when ASAP Rocky, before that whole thing in Sweden happened, he was like, oh, I'm not a part of Black Lives. I'm not a part of Black Lives Matter. I'm not a part of the black community. My hood is this way. My hood is not. But remember when he was repping New York in the beginning, but then when he got famous, when white people started liking him, suddenly that's not your hood anymore. And then when he got arrested, who did he call on? The Black Lives Matter. I think with Jordan Woods, I think, and people like him, they have to select. They're very selective. I'm not believing this for a second that she suddenly came back and wanted to be with her people now. I'm not believing it for a second. I think it's a tactic, and it's kind of strange that she's doing this now, like recently. That's what's kind of strange to me.
I see what you say, but I also believe in like kind of having to give people grace, because what's the point of us like speaking on these and hoping people change if we don't give them the opportunity to change? Yeah. Like I'd be like, watch her, but then if she like goes back in the toe, be like, nah, leave her out to the woods. Second chances only, no third chances. What is that?
No, that's right.
Pineapples.
I think AE said something first.
Go ahead, AE.
So yeah, all I was gonna say is, you know, Black China did the way you were supposed to do. That's all I wanted to say.
I respect Black China. I don't care
a baby with that
Black China did
no,
that.
I hate her with her bleaching cream and her crazy mama. No.
Well, yeah, like I don't like that, but she did get back at those Kardashians though.
That's what, yeah, I agree. Even though that bleaching stuff and her mama, she ran their pockets, and I approve. Take all their money. Dream is set for life.
Pineapples.
Go ahead.
What I wanted to add on to that is that the Kardashians are very much trash, and then I see people buying their makeup products, yet they're out here just copying from black culture, just stealing it just for kicks.
Because they don't got nothing else to steal. Let them try to make up their own shit. They can't make up shit. They can't even make a regular t-shirt without stealing it from somebody. Come on now. That's how they work. And I don't buy they shit neither. Kylie had sold some brushes, right? The brushes were falling apart, and this bitch was selling brushes for like $200. And y'all was out here buying them. I wouldn't spend my money on them. Y'all need to start buying blacks. Support black-owned businesses. Support the smaller ones, and don't sit up here and try to buy from somebody and be like, "Okay, can you lower the price?" No, you buy at the price that's set. Stop trying to hassle. Don't do that. Some of y'all wrong for that. Don't do that. Pay the price that was given. Shit.
You wouldn't go to Gucci and ask for a discount.
Can you repeat that? Your mic up.
You wouldn't go to Louis Vuitton and ask for a discount.
Exactly. You gonna save your little
No, I was
refund
just saying,
check.
like, yeah, you wouldn't go to Gucci and you wouldn't go to Louis Vuitton and you wouldn't go to these big stores and ask for discounts. So why would you do that when you're trying to support somebody who's trying to come up? And that's another thing, speaking on money and Black people, we need to stop funding these racist as white companies. We really need to start taking money from them, because that's the only way they're going to acknowledge our hurt and our pain is if we take that money out their pockets, because money makes the world go round. Once they stop getting the coin from us, they're gonna listen. They're gonna want to hear us. We have to stop buying from the Kardashians and from racist ass people like Michael Kors and all these European designers. We have to stop.
Hurt them at the pockets.
Pineapple.
Facts.
Oh, I'm sorry. So what I wanted to add to that about them stealing culture, I also wanted to add that Black men help these non-Black women steal from our culture. They get them hip on the culture. They try to make them as Black as possible, because like Tiger with Kylie, like she didn't get them fake lips until after she got with him. And then when they broke up, he want to go on Nikki's live talking about how they steal from the culture. But I'm like, you help her steal it, fool. So what are you talking about?
Right.
It's a mess.
It's exhausting. It's just exhausting to be a Black woman. It's like, again, I'm on my team. I'm not trying to hitch my wagon with y'all. Be like, oh, when I said I wanted to reaffirm the structure, it meant you too, nigga. You can go too. You all can go. It's a clearance sale.
I have a son. He's 11 years old, and I talk to him. We have talks, and I sit down and talk to him. I'm like, let me tell you something. I see nothing but greatness in you, and you and your sister and other kids your age. Y'all gonna be out here running this world, but I need you to know that Black women got you here first. I'm just letting you know that. You cannot talk to a woman a certain way. You can't raise your hand at her. Okay? There's certain things that you have to learn to do. And I can't have you going out in this world and treating women like this. And my dad, was like, you are doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. And that he wishes that there was more parents that will, instead of like going to their Black daughters, and telling them that they're fast and kicking them out, to talk to their sons, talk to your Black sons, educate your Black sons. Be like, you need to know this. You need to talk to them, because you don't want your son getting older and then you have the telephone ring like, what's wrong? Well, your son's in jail for murder because he got mad at his girlfriend because she didn't want to do nothing with him, so he killed her. Do you want that? Talk to your kids. Talk to your sons. Let them know. Let them know. I don't want my son growing up going out here dating somebody and he's in his feelings because somebody didn't like him and then he hurts her. I would feel like I didn't do a good job as a parent. But he already knows, like, I understand, mama. I understand. Because we watch a documentary with each other. It's on Netflix. It's called The Mask in Me. It's about toxic masculinity and how it starts from a young age. Do you know a lot of these Black men never hear their fathers tell them that they love them? That's why some of them are going out here doing this. A lot of men, they look at porn at an early age. And when they look at it, they think it's okay to do women. That's why so many women that are sexually assaulted and raped in college, there's like, it's 30% of men in college that rape women, but they never telling anybody about it. It just stems from all that. And, we always make sure to tell him that we love him and we mean it. So you have a son out there, tell them that they love him. Black men, start telling your sons that you love them. Okay, do the right thing. Don't send them out in the world to do these types of things. Do you want to have this cycle to be going? It starts at home, y'all. Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing.
pineapples, and tell them that it's okay to cry. It's okay to show their feelings and their emotions. That they don't have to be this toxic man where they gotta suck everything up and just deal with it. No, it's okay to cry. It's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay to be sad sometimes. You know, it's all right.
Yes,
It's okay.
yes.
Pineapples.
Thank you.
So what I want to add to that is that men really need to stop making fun of other men, trigger getting raped. They always making a joke out of that, like that's funny. But yet they want to talk about how women don't have compassion for them, but they're not having compassion for themselves. Always, oh, don't drop this soap and all that type of stuff. That was just something else on my mind.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and it's like also I'm thinking about that Will and Jada thing. So much of it was like, how could Will allow this? And look at Will's face, and she disrespected Will. It's like, excuse me, can we take this down, Will? I'm like, no. There's a conversation to be had here, but it's not revolved around how could she hurt Will. It's like this whole situation. That whole situation is just irksome to me because I'm like, we don't want to talk about how I feel like August was taken advantage of, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Pineapple.
It's a bunch of mess. It's a whole mess.
Pineapple.
Go ahead.
The other day I was hearing my mom on the phone because it's loud and its walls are the walls on the apartment, not apartments, the townhomes on there is kind of I can hear things. So I heard my mom on the phone saying that if you were a fan of Will and Jada for a long time, then you know they've been having an open relationship and stuff like that. I'm like,
yeah.
So much of people's
I've kind of known for a while.
So much of people's weirdness about that whole open relationship is just wrapped up in like how people feel like women are their property. And it's like a weird ownership thing. Like, I don't want anyone else to touch my woman or be with my woman or because she belongs to me. And it's like, you know, monogamy, I feel like my thing is not natural. And whatever works for people works for people. But I just find it incredibly weird and icky to just talk about other people's sexual life or relationships. It's like, let them do what they're doing over there in that weird little compound of theirs.
Right.
Will Smith ain't saying nothing about Harriet Tubman, so I don't care. let him live.
Yes, Alana, that no homo stuff is stupid. Like, why do you have to say that? No, why do you have to say that? Can we start normalizing black men being physical and having platonic relationships, hugging each other and putting their heads in laps and stuff and braiding their hair? What's wrong with a nigga hugging another dude? What's wrong with that? Why do y'all feel so insecure about that? It's beautiful.
Pineapple is one of my favorite people to follow on Instagram is Demetrius Martin. He does the You Matter hoodie or whatever.
Yes.
And I just love his relationship with his best friend. Like, they're so silly and so affectionate. And I just love, like, young black men like him who's just like, this is who I am. I'm not going to say no homo. I'm just going to be who I am. And it doesn't make me less of a man or less as a person. And I'm like, why can't he get more light instead of Kodak whoever or YLB Gucci? I don't even know these people no more.
Pineapples. Because it's really stupid because there are a lot of black men who, you know, they do say they love their son, like, oh, I love you, son, but no homo. It's so stupid.
It's like, y'all remember
they actually say that to their sons?
Yeah, there are some black fathers who are like that with their sons. I see them on YouTube all the time. Like, I love you, but no homo. Like, what? You tell that to a little 8-year-old?
Do y'all remember
to your own son? That's weird.
Yeah.
Pineapples. Y'all remember I just went into like a sports thought. Y'all remember when Tom Brady like kissed his son or something? Like, he kissed his son after he won the Super Bowl. People were like, that's super weird. That's kind of gay. That's inappropriate. I'm like, do y'all really don't understand affection? I'm like, he's a father who's just showing his son affection. He's like, he kissed him. He's like, I love you. And people are like, that's weird. That's weird. He's too old for that. And I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all need a hug. Is Build-A-Bear still around? Y'all need to go
Pineapple.
build you a bear to
Is that
hug.
And you know, do you know
is that the man who's married to I'm sorry. Is that the man that's married to the actress who got the trans son?
No, that
No.
is that is Gabrielle Union. That's Dwayne Wade, and I want to touch on that for a minute. I'm very very vocal about that, and I really get mad that they keep putting her business on the Shade Room, because Shade Room is so fucking toxic and negative. I admire Dwayne. I admire Gabrielle for giving their daughter the guidance to go there and do what she's doing. I think Zaya is absolutely beautiful. I'm glad that she's out here raising awareness, using her voice. And I support everything that she does. And black men are getting on him. Like, are you mad because he got all his children? He's taking care of his children. Is that why you mad? Are you mad because this is a black man that loves his child unconditionally and that he's going to be there for him? Is that why y'all mad?
It's a combination of things. It's a black man loving his child. It's a black man loving a black woman. And embracing his blackness. It's a whole bunch of things. Dwayne broke a whole bunch of rules that he wasn't supposed to when he got money.
Pineapple.
Little Boozy sure did. He went around and said all that shit about Dwayne Wade, but went and said that he bought a prostitute for his 15-year-old son.
Right.
He wasn't gay. What kind of bullshit is that?
Why are people mad about that? That man basically gave his son away to a grown ass woman. Like, people kikied about that, but that's some shit we really need to like be okay. What the hell are you doing over there? I'm scared for your children more than anything.
Pineapple. So can I add to showing love to black woman or a woman of any kind? How come when a man shows respect and love to a woman, he's automatically a simp?
Yes.
Like, because he's respecting her, not calling her a bitch and a hoe and a thought, he's a simp. Because you say, oh, hey, you look nice today, baby, he's a simp. Because he's willing to hold her hand while they're walking down the street, he's a simp. Like, what?
Pineapples. It's the whole Russell Wilson versus Future thing. It's like everybody calls Russell soft. He's so sensitive. Meanwhile, Future got how many baby mamas? I think 95. He got his Future, right? His whole song is about disrespecting women and drugs, versus Russell, who's like, I just want to sit here in my cardigan sweater and play with my sons and eat pudding. Like, we got a dog, Russell. Russell's weak.
Man admires his wife. He looks at her like she is just the most amazing thing in the world. And she looks so happy. Why can't people just accept that?
Pineapples. Also, this is a perfect testament of how black women make you better, because Russell Wilson was looking real raggedy. He was looking,
a white woman.
When he was real raggedy, moving real different. Now look at him, highest paid, clean, got a beautiful woman, secured his contract. It's like, come on, leave this man alone.
They out here owning stuff. They out here leveling up together. That's beautiful, man.
Pineapples, like how they've been saying on Instagram a lot, black women are the culture, black women are the future, period.
We are. Pineapples, like we're beautiful. We are absolutely beautiful. And women, we started it all. If you think about it, like, black women are the start of it all. And I just want to thank y'all just for coming up on here tonight and for speaking, because as black women, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. And, we tired of carrying this load for these ashy Negroes. You feel me? All the ash is coming on us. I'm like, ash off me. I don't want no more ash on me. You feel me? I'm tired of these beautiful black women getting killed. I'm tired of black trans women getting killed. I'm tired of it. It needs to stop. It needs to end. Like, come on. And black women, You need to start telling yourself that you're beautiful too. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're beautiful, that you're loved, you're valued, and that you're blessed, and that you're amazing. And I just, I'm just glad that you guys came up on here, the panel, just to be able to share your thoughts and words. And I really do appreciate y'all very much. Thank you. Go ahead.
Pineapples.
Appreciate
And
you too.
and this is why we have a platform to you know you know where we make our voices feel heard, and we have our own solid ground to establish on.
Right. Exactly.
Pineapples. Yeah, that's when I love when Black women come together and we could sit in a group and actually talk about these things and not have anybody invalidate our feelings because we both have a mutual understanding. So that's why I love when Black women get together. It's really something beautiful. A lot of the time we need like little chats and stuff like this at the end of the day just to decompress from all the shit we have to deal with throughout the week.
We deserve to have a safe space. Because Facebook is, I don't even like going on there because it's not a safe space for Black women. We deserve to have a safe space for us to come together, to talk, to enjoy each other, to network. You know what I'm saying? We need that. We need that outlet.
Pineapples, because like, doesn't it hurt your heart when you see like other Black women just getting into it? It's like we all we've got, so let's not do that.
Yes,
it really does. Like the one thing I hate is fighting with other Black women. I'll fight with Black men fine because they're lost cause to me. I've already lost hope. But when I have to fight with another Black woman, that shit really hurts my heart. I don't want to do it.
Especially
I like when we come together and just be one.
Yeah, especially seeing two Black women fighting over an ashy nigga that started the shit in the first place. I'm like, y'all, just leave him to be ashy.
Like, Love and Hip Hop is the devil. It's the devil. I don't understand.
God. It really is. They need to take that show off air.
They really do. I just hate it. I hate the stereotypes of how they play as Black women. It's just awful. And then the men on there are so fucking toxic.
Like, do y'all remember? It's so I have this. One of my favorite people in the world to follow is New York from Flavor of Love, but that whole show was ridiculous. That whole show was trash and set Black women back 50 years. But I love New York so much. And I love
Tiffany
Jocelyn.
Pollard.
Yes, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like I love Jocelyn Hernandez and Tiffany Pollard with all my heart. But I hate those shows and I hate how they be acting. But I love them.
Right.
We all have our guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Pineapples. Yeah, because white people will push these shows that show Black people acting ignorant, but they won't push the shows where Black people are actually doing good things. Like they don't want to push shows like this because they want to stick with the narrative that Black people are ignorant, Black people are violent, Black people do this, Black people are always sexual, like always like that. Like they want to push these narratives. They don't want to push like Black people actually doing good things.
That is why I watch Honey Boo Boo, Duck Dynasty, all that with popcorn. I love seeing white trash. I love it. Look at your people.
I love it too.
I hate the Maury Show and Jerry Springer. I hate those shows. They always have a bunch of Black people on their show acting a fool.
I think they get paid to do that shit. I think they get paid. You have to get a check because some of this shit they do in them shows, I'm like, there's no way.
Like, oh, she's here for the 50th time. Why would you come back, baby girl? Why would you just charge it to the streets? I
miss shows like Living Single and Fresh Prince,
A Different World.
Yes. Girlfriends, Smart Guy, Sister, Steve Harvey. You know what I'm saying? Those shows like there where you see Black people. I mean, I like Blackish. It's okay. It's all right. It's just ain't no dark.
It's for people. I miss shows that were for the Black gays by Black people.
Yes.
We don't have that anymore. Blackish and Mixes are like for the white gays, and it's just
Black as Fuck on Netflix. That's just I don't. If you want to see if you want to see a really good black show, I suggest that you should watch who is it? Go watch it's on HBO Max. I May Destroy You. I
It's
suggest
triggering though.
Watch
it's
that.
triggering because I'm a survivor of sexual assault too. So watching that show helped a lot. And I just, oh my God, that show's good. I recommend that show. Watch it. It's beautiful.
There is a YouTube channel. I wish I remember because I'm like a black movie fiend, but it literally is just old school black movies from back in the day. That is
Yeah,
like,
it's called Real Black.
yes, I love that channel. I live in the 90s. I don't acknowledge this mess now.
Me
Me
neither.
too.
I really don't.
Same.
It's like everybody's talking about Kanye, but I'm like, did y'all see Black is King trailer? Can we talk about that?
I'm a 2000.
Can we talk about Beyonce? Like, I don't care about Kanye. Also, another thing, I'm sorry, this was in the back of my mind about the Kanye thing. We have to stop excusing genius as a reason to be crazy.
Thank you.
But he's not a genius.
Pineapple.
He's not a
What
genius. Like,
thing has he done though?
Right.
I will give him College Dropout is a brilliant album and I love it. But just because you do a couple of good songs and you can write hits does not excuse. Let's just say he is a genius. That does not excuse your behavior. Because while Michael Jackson had issues, he had his issues, he was a genius. Beyonce is a genius. Prince is a genius.
I don't like Black History.
What is you doing, Kanye? You're not a genius. That does not excuse your behavior. I don't care about how many beats that he gave you.
What happened to that Kanye though? What happened to that Kanye that was on air talking about, like just that outspoken Kanye that was really speaking for the people? What happened? Like, where did he go wrong? I know his mother died. And that kind of that's when his mom died, and that kind of took him out of whack. But that much?
But I also feel like there's this.
It's the Kardashians too. It's the Kardashians too. That's she's.
But
ooh.
I was thinking about the whole his mom died. It's just in my mind just another way of placing blame on black women and making a black woman problem, in like a twisted way. It's like, yeah, his mother died, and that's a tragic loss, but that does not excuse all of this behavior. People have gone through tragedy, and I'm like, Jennifer Hudson's whole family was murdered. She has not lost her mind.
Right.
Michael Jordan's father was murdered. He still slammed a three-peat. What are you talking about?
Pineapple.
You see what happened to Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi, his album, was it Speeding Bullet to Heaven? He was going through some things. He had a break. Remember when he had that break? He had a breakdown on stage. He got him some help. He ain't going out here acting like a fool. He getting him some help because he didn't have custody of his Veda for a while. That's his little girl, the cutest little girl on earth. He had to get himself together. He ain't out here acting like a fool. And him and Cudi and Kanye, they cool, but as of late, Cudi been like, yeah.
Pineapples. I've been also thinking like Kanye is he says he doesn't see color, but his life is a perfect example of color, because y'all know like Pete Davidson, right? The guy from Saturday Night Live, he dated Ariana Grande. When Pete Davidson lost his mind, let me tell you something. These white entertainers got around him, held his hand, locked him down. They were like, we gonna help you, we gonna check on you. And they gave him work. They talked to him. They were very cool with Pete. And like he had a community that helped him get through that. And Kanye, I'm like, you so blind that you don't see that you don't have that?
Pineapples. So not to sound insensitive, but Kanye's a grown man when he lost his mother. Like I said, I hope I don't sound insensitive. So it's not like he doesn't know better.
Exactly. It's like that's not an excuse, bro. It's like I'm so sorry she was gone and something tragic, but I'm like, that doesn't give you excuse to act crazy. Because this may sound insensitive, but worse have happened to other people and they persevered and moved. I mean, everybody does their grief differently, but I'm like, Kanye,
pineapples.
Bro.
And he's gonna have to get him the help himself. That's not our responsibility. That's his responsibility. If he wants the help and if he wants to choose to get help, that's on him. That's not our responsibility. It's not. And it's sad to sit up here and watch him lose his mind like this. But if he wants to help, he needs to get it himself. And if he had any true friends, they will take him to the side and be like, nigga, we got to put you somewhere. We got to put you down for a couple of days. Like, for real. You need some listening. Like,
if he had a real wife, then she would also be like, you need to get some help. But he don't have that, sadly, so.
Pineapples. Oh, go ahead, Jada.
Oh, so I think Kanye West, the reason why he's like acting out like this, I think he really believes that the black community betrayed him. I think Kanye West believes that to some level. We gotta understand when Kanye West first came out, and when he only had black fans before these white fans came around, things were a lot easier. Tickets, like to buy tickets, like tickets didn't used to be $600 as it is now. And I'm like, a lot of people you see these high concerts have a lot of money. They're white people who have a lot of money. Some people just can't afford your ticket. Like that doesn't mean that we betrayed, because he always mentions how the black community is not helping him anymore. But what do you mean? You got started off the black community. So I think he's just very confused.
Also, your ticket sales are ridiculous. I'm a Beyonce stan. I'm like, Beyonce's tickets, like front row, cost $600, but they're usually reasonably priced. Jay-Z's reasonably priced. You are building up these ridiculous tickets prices so we could just see you standing on a block talking nonsense. Right. I'm not paying to see that.
Beyonce puts on a whole production. That's why her tickets are so expensive.
Pineapple. I'm on Twitter, and I am looking at some disturbing tweets by this man. I'm gonna read you to him, okay?
Leave us alone, boy.
That's North Mom would never photograph her doing Playboy. That's on God. I'm at the ranch. Come and get me. Drake, come and get me. This is the exodus, like Pusha said. Chris, don't play with me. You and that come here, not allowed around my children. Y'all tried to lock me up. Everyone knows about the movie Get Out is about me. Kim tried to bring a doctor to lock me up with a doctor. If I get locked up like Mandela, y'all Chris and Kim me now. Anna Winter always showed me love, but when I told her I was going to Gap, she looked at me like I was crazy. Then she called back, kissing my ass. Shia was supposed to do the first Yeezy Gap shoot, and he never showed up. Put my life on the line for my children. That Snort's mother would never sell her sex tape. What the fuck? And he just posted a picture of him messaging Kris Jenner. Yo, this
he over here. He's searching Jennifer Lawrence's name. He got Michael Jackson. Listen, I don't care. as hard as that is, I don't care.
This is pineapple. This ain't got nothing to do with me. He gonna have to get the help for himself. I'm sorry.
Exactly. What is he talking about? I can't get any of that.
Listen, the thing that made Richard Pryor stop smoking crack was when he set himself on fire. So I don't care.
Right. He should be. I love Richard Pryor. Did y'all on one of his shows? He was on crack. He was on cocaine, high off cocaine. But that was the funniest show I ever seen. And he mentioned it. His Richard Pryor's been through some shit. His mom used to work in a brothel and all this stuff, and he been through it. But he got some help. Like, y'all, this is some crazy mess. It's 10:35. I need to get off here, y'all. But yeah, man, thank y'all for coming on here. And Tamar Braxton, she's doing all right. She got transferred to a mental health facility. She's conscious. She's okay. Y'all keep praying for her. Keep praying for her family, please.
All right. I'm coughing, but I don't got the runner. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I know all y'all got quiet. Y'all were like,
No, I would let you. I would not.
Pineapple. So if I can say one last thing is that I'm so glad that you said that he's not our responsibility, because it always seems like black men, no matter if we know them or not, they're always our responsibility. And then when it's our turn that we need help, oh, it's not our responsibility to protect you. You're not our sister. You're not our mother. We don't know you. It's not our responsibility to build up your confidence. That's your responsibility, and blah blah blah. So no, he is not a responsibility. Leave him in a sunken place where he belongs.
Yeah.
Like Benny said, I believe that the future is going to be without black men. So we need to just leave their asses alone. Because obviously they don't care
Clarence
for
sale.
themselves. Yes. Hang them niggas up to dry. Let them be by their own self, because they not protecting us, and it's fine. Gave up on them.
2020.
Sell them half off.
Yes. And also, these same black men that's out here discrediting like OnlyFans pages, sex workers, y'all the same ones that getting that premium Pornhub. So shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
mind
the
you.
truth.
You went away a little bit.
He keeps talking about his kids never gonna do Playboy. Let me get off here because this man phone out the window. Like,
Bye.
I'm gonna get off here. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for coming in. We black women, y'all are beautiful. Y'all need to wake up every day and look in the mirror and tell yourself y'all beautiful. And the people that have told y'all different, fuck them. They're basura. They're trash. Okay, you got this. You got this. And I love y'all. Okay, don't ever let nobody tell y'all different. And I'm tired of people, telling black women that they're ugly. We're beautiful. We're beautiful. Tell yourself you're beautiful 3 times a day. Okay? Tell your daughters we're beautiful. We're beautiful, man. We got this. But I love y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all take care of yourself. Y'all please be safe. Yeah, man. Oh, they put Italy on lockdown again.
Is it another wave?
There's the second wave done hit, and it is bad. It's bad, man. It's getting bad. Y'all, I think it's Italy, but hold on.
I heard Korea had to go into another lockdown because some factory out there had like OD people with corona in it.
Yeah, I have some friends that are out there right now, and I'm just praying for them right now.
Oh, pineapples! Did you see what the American soldiers were doing in Korea?
What?
Huh?
They
What you
on Fourth
doing?
of July. On 4th of July, they had these like firecrackers, so they wanted to celebrate. But they went on the beach that you're not supposed to go on, and then they was in the middle of the street doing firecrackers, like in the middle of the road, like they stopped traffic in the middle of the road, and then Korea has this rule that you can't do nothing to Americans while you're there. You can't do nothing, even if you arrest them, you have to let them go. You can't do anything. So then the police couldn't even get them police, so they just started putting, and then someone got hurt. Someone got seriously hurt, but because of the laws in Korea, the Americans that were there could not be persecuted. Nothing happened to them. Like nothing could be done. It was wild. It was putting firecrackers at people too. Like it was just wild.
Oh my God, this is crazy. This is a mess, but I know Italy is on that second wave right now, and they have to do a lockdown. Like y'all need to start wearing your masks and wash your hands. Damn it, for real. And pray for our mayor Keisha here in Atlanta. The governor here is a piece of shit, and he's trying to sue her because he doesn't want anybody wearing masks. He doesn't want to mandate it. But we have a high number right now that's rising in Georgia, and he's also hiding the data numbers from the virus. So y'all keep Georgia in prayer, y'all, because we're going through it. So
Pray for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna pray for y'all.
Yep. Alana is crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm from there. I
yeah,
live
he's
there.
like hiding all the numbers and stuff, and we're just like, we know what you're doing. We can see what's going on. You know, it's a mess. But I'm gonna
basically
get off
wants
here
people to
because
die.
Trey is about to start his live, so y'all head over. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night.
Y'all have a good night. Get some rest. And I drunk my water. It's here.